Shrimad Bhagavata Mahapurana. The Glory of Shrimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 1. The Divine Meeting of Devarsi Narada and Bhakti. We offer our humble obeisance to Lord Shri Krishna *, the embodiment of Sat, eternal existence, Sit, pure consciousness, and Ananda, divine bliss. He is the Supreme Lord who creates, sustains, and dissolves the universe and destroys the three kinds of suffering, *adhyatmika*, sufferings arising from oneself, adhibhotika*, sufferings caused by other living beings, and adhidaivika*, sufferings caused by natural or divine forces. Before Sri Sukadeva Goswami * had even undergone the sacred thread ceremony or begun any Vedic or worldly duties, he renounced the world and left home in search of spiritual realization. Seeing his son depart, his father, sage Vyasa *, cried out in deep sorrow, "My son! My son! Where are you going?" Absorbed in the realization of the Supreme Self, Sukadeva did not reply. Instead, the trees echoed Vyasa's call, as if responding on Sukadeva's behalf. I offer my respectful obeisance to that great sage, Sri Sukadeva, who dwells equally in the hearts of all living beings. Once, in the sacred forest of Naimisharanya *, the great sage Saunaka *, an expert in relishing the nectar of divine stories, respectfully approached the wise Sutta Goswami * and asked him, "O revered Sutta, your knowledge shines like millions of suns, dispelling the darkness of ignorance. Kindly narrate to us the most sublime and nectar-like divine story that brings eternal benefit to all who hear it. How does one cultivate the highest wisdom through bhakti, devotion, jnana, spiritual knowledge, and vairagya, detachment? How do the devotees of Lord Vishnu free themselves from the bondage of illusion, Maya? In this dreadful age of Kali, most living beings have become influenced by demonic tendencies and are afflicted by countless miseries. What is the supreme method to purify them and awaken their divine nature? Please reveal to us the eternal spiritual practice that is the most auspicious, the purest among all purifying processes, and the surest path to attaining the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. The wish-fulfilling gem, Chintamani, can grant only material happiness, and the celestial wish-fulfilling tree, Kalpaka, can bestow heavenly prosperity. But when the spiritual master is pleased, he grants the eternal abode of Vaikuntha *, which is exceedingly rare even for great yogis." Sutta Goswami replied, "O Saunaka, because your heart is filled with pure love for the Supreme Lord, I shall now reveal the essence of all spiritual teachings, a truth that destroys the fear of birth and death. I shall explain the supreme process that nourishes devotion and brings the greatest pleasure to Lord Shri Krishna. Listen with full attention. To rescue the souls of Kali Yuga from being swallowed by the deadly serpent of time, Sri Sukadeva Goswami * spoke the sacred scripture known as the Shrimad Bhagavatam. There is no greater means for purifying the mind than hearing this divine scripture. Only when the accumulated pious deeds of many lifetimes bear fruit does a person gain the opportunity to hear or study the Shrimad Bhagavatam. When Sukadeva Goswami sat before King Pariksit to narrate the sacred scripture, the celestial gods arrived carrying a pot filled with nectar, amrita. The gods, skilled in accomplishing their purposes, respectfully bowed before Sukadeva and requested, "O great sage, please accept this pot of divine nectar and, in exchange, bless us with the nectar of Shrimad Bhagavatam. Let King Pariksit drink this celestial nectar, while we drink the immortal nectar of the Lord's divine pastimes." Sukadeva smiled at their request. He thought, "How can ordinary glass be compared with a priceless jewel. How can ordinary nectar compare with the immortal nectar of divine wisdom? Knowing that the gods lacked the pure devotional qualification required to receive the Bhagavatam in its true spirit, he did not grant their request. Thus, the nectar of Shrimad Bhagavatam remains exceedingly rare, even for the celestial beings. In ancient times, Lord Brahma himself was astonished to witness that merely hearing the Shrimad Bhagavatam had granted King Pariksit liberation. To understand its greatness, Brahma placed all spiritual practices on one side of a celestial balance and the Shrimad Bhagavatam on the other. Although all other spiritual disciplines were valuable, they proved lighter in comparison. The Bhagavatam alone outweighed them all because of its incomparable spiritual glory. Seeing this, all the great sages were filled with wonder. They concluded that in the age of Kali, simply hearing and studying the divine Shrimad Bhagavatam is the quickest and most effective means of attaining liberation. Furthermore, hearing the Bhagavatam continuously for 7 days according to the sacred tradition, Bhagavata Saptaha, awakens pure devotion to the Supreme Lord. Long ago, the compassionate four Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara, explained this sacred method of 7-day recitation to Devarsi Narada. Although Narada had already heard the Shrimad Bhagavatam directly from Lord Brahma, it was from the four Kumaras that he learned the proper method and significance of the sacred 7-day discourse. Here's a fluent and faithful English translation suitable for narration, audiobooks, or YouTube videos. Shrimad Bhagavata Mahapurana. The Glory of Shrimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 1, Part 2. Narada's Meeting with Bhakti. Sonaka Asi asked, O revered Sutta, where did the ever-wandering sage Devarsi Narada who is completely detached from worldly illusion, meet the four Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara? How did he develop such deep interest in hearing the sacred method and discipline of devotional practice? Sutta Goswami replied, Now I shall narrate that most sacred and devotional account which Sri Sukadeva Goswami considering me his devoted disciple, confidentially revealed to me in solitude. One day, the four Kumaras arrived in the holy city of Vishalapuri. There they saw the great sage Narada who appeared deeply distressed. The four Kumaras asked, O revered son of Brahma, why does your face appear so sorrowful? Why are you burdened with anxiety? Where are you hurrying, and from where have you come? At this moment, you seem like a man who has lost all his wealth and treasures. Such grief does not befit a saint like you, who is completely free from attachment. Kindly tell us the cause of your sorrow. Narada replied, I came to earth believing it to be the most sacred realm. I traveled through many holy places, including Pushkara, Prayaga, Kasi, Varanasi, the banks of the Godavari at Nasik, Haridwara, Kurukshetra, Srirangam, and Setyubandha, Rameshwaram. Yet nowhere did I find the peace that truly satisfies the heart. The age of Kali, the great supporter of irreligion, has overwhelmed the entire earth. Truthfulness, austerity, purity of body and mind, compassion, charity, and righteousness have nearly disappeared. People live only to satisfy their stomachs. They have become dishonest, lazy, dull-minded, unfortunate, and constantly troubled. Those who call themselves saints have become hypocrites. Though they outwardly appear detached, inwardly they remain attached to wealth, possessions, and sensual pleasures. In many households, worldly desires dominate family life. Greed has become so powerful that even daughters are treated as objects of profit, and quarrels between husbands and wives have become common. Many holy hermitages, sacred rivers, and pilgrimage places have fallen under the control of irreligious people, and numerous temples of the Lord have been destroyed. Rare indeed is a true yogi, a perfected saint, a genuine scholar, or a person sincerely devoted to righteous deeds. The blazing wildfire of Kali Yuga has reduced nearly every spiritual practice to ashes. People openly sell food and necessities for profit alone. Brahmanas teach the Vedas merely for money, and many women are forced to earn their livelihood through immoral means. Continuing his journey while witnessing the countless miseries of Kali Yuga, I finally arrived at the sacred banks of the Yamuna river *, the land sanctified by the countless divine pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. O sages, listen carefully. There I witnessed a most astonishing sight. A beautiful young woman sat there with a sorrowful expression. Beside her lay two aged men, unconscious and breathing heavily, as though life itself was leaving them. The young woman lovingly cared for them. At times she tried to awaken them, and at other times she burst into tears before them. She looked anxiously in every direction, as though searching for the Supreme Lord, the protector of all beings. Around her stood hundreds of beautiful women gently fanning her and offering words of comfort. Seeing this extraordinary scene from a distance, I approached her out of curiosity. As soon as she saw me, the young woman immediately stood up. With folded hands and great humility, she said, "O holy sage, please remain here for a moment and relieve my sorrow. Merely beholding a saint like you destroys the accumulated sins of countless lifetimes. Your compassionate words alone will greatly ease my suffering. Only those who possess immense good fortune are blessed with the opportunity to behold a saint such as yourself." Narada continued. I gently asked her, "O noble lady, who are you? Who are these two elderly men lying beside you? And who are these lotus-eyed women surrounding you? Please tell me in detail the cause of your grief." The young woman replied, "My name is Bhakti, devotion. These two elderly men are my sons, Janana, spiritual knowledge, and Vairagya, detachment. Due to the influence of time and the age of Kali, they have become weak, aged, and powerless. The graceful ladies surrounding me are the sacred rivers, headed by Mother Ganga. They have all come here to serve me. Yet despite being lovingly attended by these divine goddesses, I have found no peace or happiness. O great sage, please listen carefully to my story. Although it is well known, I pray that by hearing it, you may bless me and free me from my sorrow. I was born in the land of Dravida, South India. I grew and flourished in Karnataka, and in many places throughout Maharashtra. I was greatly honored and respected. However, when I reached Gujarat, I became surrounded by conflict and adversity. Under the terrible influence of the age of Kali, hypocrites and pretenders wounded me and shattered my strength. Because I remained in that condition for a long time, both my sons and I became weak, exhausted, and devoid of spiritual vitality. But ever since I arrived in Vrindavan, I have once again regained my youthful beauty, strength, and divine radiance. Yet, as you can see before you, my two sons remain old, weary, and miserable. This is the cause of my sorrow. I no longer wish to remain here and feel compelled to leave for another place. How is it that I, the mother, have become youthful again, while my sons have grown old and feeble? We have always lived together. Such a reversal of nature is astonishing. Normally, mother should grow old while her children remain young. This mystery deeply troubles my heart. O great sage, you are endowed with supreme wisdom and perfect yogic insight. Kindly explain the reason for this strange condition. Narada replied, O noble lady, through the vision of spiritual knowledge I can clearly perceive the cause of all your suffering. Do not grieve. Lord Sri Hari will surely bless you and restore your happiness. Sutta Goswami said. The great sage Narada understood the entire situation in a single moment and lovingly spoke to Bhakti. Narada said, O divine lady, listen carefully. This is the dreadful age of Kali Yuga. Because of its influence, righteousness, purity, yoga, austerity, and spiritual discipline have almost disappeared from the world. People have become deceitful and absorbed in sinful activities, behaving like demons. Everywhere one looks, the righteous suffer while the wicked appear to prosper. In these difficult times, the truly wise person is one who remains patient and steadfast amidst all adversity. Year after year, the burden of sin upon the earth increases, making it heavier even for Lord Sesa, who supports the world. The earth has become so corrupted that it is no longer worthy of being touched, or even looked upon, and signs of true auspiciousness have become exceedingly rare. No one now seeks the company of you and your sons. Blinded by attachment to worldly pleasures, people have neglected you, and because of their indifference, you gradually became weak and aged. However, by the sacred influence of Vrindavan, you have once again become youthful and radiant. Blessed indeed is the holy land of Vrindavan, where pure devotion dances in every heart. Yet your two sons, Janana, spiritual knowledge, and Vairagya, detachment, find very few who truly value or embrace them. Therefore, they remain old and powerless. Still, because they have received the blissful touch of the Lord in this sacred land, they appear to be peacefully resting, absorbed in divine spiritual happiness. Bhakti asked, O Devarsi, why did the righteous King Pariksit allow the sinful age of Kali to remain in the world? From the very moment Kali Yuga began, the true essence of all sacred things seems to have disappeared. How can the infinitely compassionate Lord Sri Hari permit such widespread irreligion and suffering? O great sage, please remove this doubt from my heart. Your words have already brought me immense peace, and I eagerly await your explanation. Narada said, O blessed child, since you have asked with sincerity, listen with love. I shall explain everything to you and remove your sorrow. The very day Lord Sri Krishna departed from this earthly world and returned to his eternal divine abode, the age of Kali Yuga which obstructs all spiritual practices, entered the world. Later, during his conquest of the earth, King Pariksit encountered Kali. Trembling with fear, Kali approached the righteous king like a helpless refugee and sought his protection. King Pariksit, who was as wise as a bee that gathers only the essence from flowers, reflected deeply and decided not to destroy Kali. He understood that the spiritual result which is difficult to attain through severe austerity, yoga, and prolonged meditation in other ages can be attained very easily in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the holy names and glories of Lord Sri Hari. For this one extraordinary virtue, although Kali Yuga is otherwise filled with faults, the king allowed it to remain in the world. However, because people have become increasingly attached to sinful activities, the true essence of everything has gradually disappeared. The world has become like husks without grain, appearing complete outwardly, yet empty. Within, many Brahmanas now recite the Shrimad Bhagavatam * merely for wealth, food, or material gain. As a result, the spiritual essence of the sacred narration has diminished. Holy pilgrimage sites have become inhabited by atheistic, sinful, and spiritually degraded people. Consequently, even these sacred places have lost much of their divine influence. Those whose hearts burn constantly with lust, anger, greed, and endless desires now pretend to practice austerity. Therefore, the true power of penance has also declined. Because people have failed to control their minds, have become overwhelmed by greed, pride, and hypocrisy, and have neglected the study of the sacred scriptures, the genuine fruits of meditation and yoga have almost disappeared. Even many learned scholars have become absorbed only in worldly pleasures and family life. Their greatest skill lies in producing offspring, while they possess little understanding of the path that leads to liberation. The authentic spirit of Vaisnava devotion, faithfully handed down through the genuine spiritual traditions, is rarely seen anymore. Thus, the inner essence of nearly every sacred practice has faded away. Yet this is simply the nature of Kali Yuga itself. It is not the fault of any single individual. For this reason, although Lord Pandarikaka, Lord Vishnu, is ever present and fully aware of everything, he patiently allows these events to unfold according to the course of time. Sutta Goswami continued, O Sonaka, after hearing these profound words of the great sage Devarsi Narada *, Bhakti was filled with wonder. Then she spoke with deep reverence and gratitude. Bhakti said, O divine sage Narada, blessed indeed are you. My meeting with you today is the greatest fortune of my life. In this world, the association and vision of a true saint are the supreme source of all spiritual success and perfection. By faithfully following your instruction only once, the son of Kaidru, the great devotee Prahlada * conquered the powerful illusion of Maya. Likewise, by your divine grace alone, the child devotee Daruva * attained the eternal and exalted Daruva Loka * the imperishable spiritual abode. You are the very embodiment of auspiciousness, the compassionate son of Lord Brahma * and a guide to all seekers on the path of devotion. With profound reverence and gratitude, I bow before you.